Hello and welcome to today's webinar on preparing for your visit to the NEHGS Library and Archives in Boston. My name is Ginevra Morse, the Director of Education and Online Programs at the New England Historic Genealogical Society. I'll be moderating today's event. NEHGS is a nonprofit organization supported by our members and donors. We provide resources and expertise in nearly all aspects of family history and are pleased to offer this webinar today for our members and friends around the world. Giving today's presentation will be Jean Maguire, Library Director. Jean is responsible for overseeing the Society's library and special collections, including patron services, collection development, access, and preservation, and the Society's volunteer program. She has been a member of the NEHGS staff since 1999. Jean will start by giving you a brief overview of the resources available at the library. She'll then discuss some key preparatory steps to help you make the most of your time at NEHGS. These steps include searching our collections using the online library catalog, creating a checklist of sources to review while here, requesting manuscript items, and ordering Family Search microfilm before arriving, viewing online subject guides and how-to videos, and scheduling a consultation with one of our experts. Finally, Jean will go over the logistical information, such as getting here, parking, and more. At any point during the presentation, feel free to type your question in the panel to the right of your screen. We'll address those after the presentation. All right, so without further ado, I will hand things over to Jean.
Thank you, Ginevra, and thank you everyone for joining us today. It's a beautiful, gorgeous, warm day here in Boston, and the final remnants of snow did actually melt a couple of weeks ago, so it's a great time to come and visit. The NEHGS staff would love to welcome you on a visit here to NEHGS, and I hope that this webinar will provide the information you need to prepare and make the most of your time here. So why might you want to visit NEHGS? NEHGS is the founding genealogical organization in America. We were established in 1845 and are a nonprofit organization supported by our members, donors, and grants. Today, we are the largest genealogical society in the country. Our 8-story headquarters is located in the heart of Boston. USA Today recently named our library as one of the top 10 places in the world to research your family history. A visit here has yielded many exciting results for the researchers who come through our doors every day. We have millions of published volumes and original unpublished documents. We provide more than 100 lectures and other educational events at our library each year, and we also offer in-person, one-on-one guided assistance with research. Visiting NEHGS provides you with the opportunity to delve into the thousands of resources that are only available here at our research library in Boston. You can also get help from our experienced staff of genealogists through reference questions, conversations, consultations, and lectures. A visit allows you to focus on your research and devote time to your family history. It also gives you a chance to enjoy the company of others who share your passion for genealogy. So when you get here, what will you find? NEHGS began building its library collections as soon as it was founded in 1845, and it never slowed down. So as you can probably imagine, we've amassed quite a large amount of material in all that time. While NEHGS and many other libraries strive to digitize as many items as we can and make them available to researchers online, the majority of material, both here at NEHGS and at other libraries, is not in digital form yet. To see all the resources that are relevant to your research will probably require on-site visits to use collections. And if you're a lover of libraries like I am, and you enjoy spending time in them, you may see this as very good news. Our collections include 30,000 published compiled genealogies, 40,000 local histories and records, 5,000 periodicals, 12,000 rare books, and millions of manuscript items, such as original family papers, diaries, account books, family Bible records, cemetery transcriptions, photographs, church records, and other items dating back over 400 years. You can find records for all these items in the library catalog, which also lists all of our microform collection and the many reference works and guidebooks we have on our shelves. You will find something in our library collections for every state in the U.S., with special emphasis on New England, New York, the other mid-Atlantic states and southern states that made up the original 13 colonies, and the Midwestern and southern states where people tended to migrate, either from New England or passing through New England. We also have a very large collection of material for Canada's eastern provinces, which is one of the best collections outside of Canada. The collection includes New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Prince Edward Island, and Quebec. Our extensive international collections also cover much of Europe. In addition to all the print material you will find at NEHGS, the library also subscribes to many online databases which you can access while you're here. The screen you see here is the one that appears on all the computers in the library. From this screen, you can access all the databases. These include such resources as Ancestry, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with, Find My Past for records from the UK and elsewhere, Fold3 for US military records, Digital Sanborn Maps for New England maps, Origins.net for British and Irish records, the PRDH for records from Quebec, and many others. Before you come, you can see a list of the databases available here at the library by going to the Browse section of our website, seen here, choosing Library and Special Collections, and then when you get to the Library and Special Collections page, clicking on the Databases Available at the Library link. On this page, there are other items that might be of interest to you as you're planning your visit here to NEHGS. Floor plan of the library, guide to using the library, subject guides, online exhibits, and so forth. The best way to see what the library has is to search our online library catalog. The catalog is an essential part of preparing for your visit to NEHGS, and of course you'll also make good use of it while you're here. It's important to search the catalog rather than just browse the shelves so you don't miss out on resources that might be of interest to you. You never know if the information you're looking for might be in a book in the general stacks on one of our several library floors, or on microfilm, or in our reference rare book or manuscript collections. By searching the catalog before you visit, you can start to build a list of the items you want to look at while you're here and save time by not having to do that once you get here. You can get a sense of what we have in the areas that you're researching, and you can start grouping together items by floor so you can tackle one floor at a time instead of jumping around from one floor to another. To access the library catalog, drop down the Search menu near the top left of our homepage, AmericanAncestors.org, and select Library Catalog from the options. This will bring you to the main search page of our library catalog. You don't have to be logged in or be a member to search our catalog or even to save records. If, however, you're a member and you wish to access our digital collections, you'll want to log into the catalog, clicking Catalog Login just above the search box, even if you are already logged on to AmericanAncestors.org. Your catalog login is your last name and NEHGS member number. So let's get started searching the catalog to see what the library has and to create a list of items we want to use when we visit. The most general search you can do is a keyword search, which is the default search. It searches every field of the catalog records. You can enter as many or as few words as you like in any order you like. I recommend that you begin by entering just 1 to 3 terms. If you type multiple words into the search field, the catalog will search for records containing all those terms. The terms will not necessarily be next to each other, however. If it finds nothing containing all those terms, it will look for records that contain just one term or another. You can also search by title, author, subject, or call number by selecting the appropriate tab. Subject searches, found under this tab, are the most effective way to search for items about a family or place because they retrieve only the most relevant results. For example, it can find just those items that are about the Purcell family, not items authored by someone named Purcell. The subject search also helps guide you to results for the correct place, for example, Lincoln County, Kentucky, as opposed to Lincoln County, Maine. So you can enter a surname, begin by excluding first names from your search, or a town, county, state, region, or country name. You can also search by topic, such as Italian Americans. As an example, I'm going to start with a subject search for the Whipple family. I type in Whipple family and click search. And here are my search results with the subject Whipple family. At the top, the catalog shows me the search I've just entered. When I'm ready, I can execute a brand new search right from this screen by changing the search terms and even the type of search if I want to do something other than a subject search. So I never have to go back to the main search page to start a new search if I don't want to. I can see that I have 35 results. This is the brief display of results. So we just see some of the information for each item, such as title, author, publication details, and the location of the item in the library. To see more details about an item, I simply click on the title and I will be taken to the full display. Also on this screen, I can save a record and start compiling a list by clicking the checkbox to the left of the title and clicking Add to Email Print Queue up above. Again, you don't have to be a member or be logged in order to do this. For now, I'm going to click on the first title, 15 Generations of Whipples, to see the full record. Once I do that, I see the full display. This page gives me all the critical information on the resource: title, author, number of pages, a description of what it includes and what it's about. I can see that it's a 4-volume set. You can save this record to a personalized list of resources by clicking on the Add to Email Print Queue at the top. You can return to results to view your other search results, or scroll through them using the previous and next links at the top of the screen. Or you can start another search. Once you have saved one or more records, you will see some new options at the top of the screen, including Remove from Queue, which you use if you want to remove just this item from your list, Clear Queue if you want to remove all records from your list, and View Queue, which is where you will go when you're ready to look at your list and print, email, or save it. We also have a new feature called My Lists, which is available to NEHGS members when they log into the catalog. This feature allows you to save records to a permanent list that you can access whenever you log in, unlike the Email Print Queue option, which saves records only during your current search session. For more information on using My Lists, see our Help section by clicking on the Help button here at the top. For now, let's click on View Queue to go see our list. Here's my list of saved records, which in this case is just one item, but it could include multiple items from throughout my searching. I can delete selected items from it if I want by checking the box and clicking Delete Selected. Or if it's just the way I want it, I can email, print, or save it. Under Format of List, we always recommend keeping the default choice, which is Full Display, so you can make sure that you get all the necessary information for each item. I can email the list to myself or a fellow researcher by entering the email address, changing the subject line if I want to, and then clicking Submit. If I click Screen and Submit, I get a full-page printer-friendly view and can then print the page using my browser's print settings. Or if I click Local Disk and Submit, I can download the list as a text file to my computer or flash drive. As I mentioned before, we have millions of manuscript documents in our special collections. While you're searching the library catalog, you may come across some manuscripts that are relevant to your research. It might be the research papers of a genealogist, it might be church records or cemetery transcriptions, or as pictured here, it might be diaries or Bible records. Please note that access to manuscripts is a benefit of membership, so you need to be an NEHGS member in order to use these collections during your visit. We have a webinar about how to use manuscripts in your research, and I'll come back to that in a little while. Manuscripts are available for request whenever the library is open. If you know before you visit that there are certain manuscript collections you would like to use while you're here, please contact us at library@nehgs.org. You can also request manuscripts once you get to the library, but just in case the collection you would like to use is in off-site storage and needs to be requested for delivery, it's good to check ahead of time. When you email us, please include the titles of the collections and call numbers if you know them, and our staff will have the items ready and waiting for you by the time you arrive. One of the advantages to visiting NEHGS to do research is that we are an authorized center for the use of records on microfilm from the large LDS Family History Library collection. This film is not available everywhere, and we are really pleased to be able to offer this service to our visitors. While the Family History Library has put many microfilm records online, there is still a large number of records that are not online yet and must be viewed on film. So if you search the Family Search catalog and find film that you would like to look at, you can order it online for delivery to NEHGS. Let me show you how to go about ordering it. Once you've found the film you want to use in the Family Search catalog, which you get to by clicking the catalog link up here on the FamilySearch.org search site, click on the film number over to the right. This will take you to the FamilySearch.org film ordering website. If you don't already have a Family Search account, you'll need to create one. It's a very simple process. The cost to borrow each film is $7.50, and you pay Family Search online. You'll select New England Historic Genealogical Society as the location where you want the film to be delivered. You will receive email updates from Family Search when your order has been received, when the film has been shipped, and when it's available at NEHGS. Film is typically loaned for 90 days. You'll find it on the 4th floor here at the library and can use it on one of the film readers there. Another way to learn about our collections, in addition to our library catalog, is to use our online guides. Whether you're planning a visit to NEHGS or just want some research tips, we have many different guides for you on our website. To access the guides from our homepage, AmericanAncestors.org, hover your cursor over the Education drop-down menu here and select Learning Resources. First, I'll show you our subject guides. On the Learning Resources page, click Read either here over on the left or here in the center. Here you will find our many subject guides written by staff here at NEHGS to help you with research in a variety of subject areas. At the top are general topics, including how to get organized, and a guide to using the NEHGS library, which you can click on here. Some of the information we have gone over in this webinar can be found in this guide, along with other essential information, and we always recommend that visitors look it over before coming. We also have subject guides on particular genealogy topics, like 17th century New England research, Irish genealogy, and New York research. Each guide includes tips on what to be aware of when researching a particular area and provides lists of resources you'll find at NEHGS, along with their locations in the library, and links to resources outside NEHGS. Now let's talk about some video guides that are available to you. If you select Watch from the menu on the left, you'll be taken to the following page. Here you will find many different videos on a variety of topics. It includes recordings of past webinars we've done, as well as short how-to videos. I highly recommend that you take the time to watch some of these before you come. In terms of preparing for a visit to NEHGS, I would especially recommend the webinar I mentioned previously on using manuscripts in your genealogical research, presented by Tim Sauls, our manager of manuscript collections. If you select the download option on the left, that will bring you to a page where we have made available an assortment of tools that you can download. These include family charts, family group sheets, research logs, interview questions, and writing templates and checklists. When you visit the library, you might want to bring along a research log and family charts or group sheets. When you come to the library, you'll find staff at the reference desks who are very happy to help you get started in your research, show you where items are located in the library, show you how to search the databases we have, and help you decipher records. Please don't hesitate to ask for help. Of course, they'll be helping all the visitors in the library, as well as those who email and phone us, so you'll be sharing them with other people. If you would like more extensive one-on-one help, we highly recommend scheduling a consultation. This will guarantee you a certain amount of time with a genealogist who is dedicated to you and will look over your research and guide you forward to the next steps. Consultations can be anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours long. You can choose to consult with our genealogist in person at NEHGS in Boston or by telephone from the comfort of your own home before you visit. We select the genealogist you'll work with by matching staff expertise with the area you're researching. You don't have to be an NEHGS member to schedule a consultation, but members do receive a discount on the service. While consultants won't be able to do research for you, they'll be able to give you guidance and suggestions and help you navigate records and databases. They can also help you analyze the evidence you've already collected and offer their professional opinion on whether you've come to the right conclusions. If you would like to schedule a consultation, please contact us as far in advance as possible, at least 2 weeks before your visit. When you're ready to schedule it, whether it's an in-person consultation or one by phone, go to the home page of our website, americanancestors.org, hover your cursor over the Services menu, and click on Expert Consultations. This page provides information about consultations, and it provides an online form that you can complete and submit when you are ready to schedule a consultation. You can indicate your preferred time of day and how long you would like the consultation to be, and there are sections where you can include details on the research you want to discuss with the genealogist and the sources you have already consulted. These details are very important as the genealogist prepares to meet with you. At the time of your consultation, you can bring any relevant charts, documents, or other information with you to your consultation, either digital or paper. Try to keep the documents as clear and concise as possible. Think in terms of bullet points or blanks on family group sheets that you'd like to fill in. If you keep research logs, have those handy so you can refer to them if needed. Here's a brief review of the tips to keep in mind as you prepare to meet with one of our genealogists. Submit your online consultation request form. Our staff will respond to you to set up the particular date, time, and genealogist. Focus your questions so the genealogist has a clear idea of what you hope to accomplish, and you don't have to spend too much of your consultation time narrowing it down. Include any details, names, dates, places that you think would be useful to the genealogist as she or he prepares to meet with you. Providing sources you have already checked is very helpful, so we don't duplicate your efforts or waste your time. Bring family trees and copies of relevant documents, such as vital records. Be prepared to change direction and work on a different branch if something turns up. People are often surprised by some of the discoveries they make. Now let's take care of some basic logistics. Where exactly is NEHGS and how do you get here? And when are we open? We are located on Newbury Street in the heart of Boston's Back Bay, a beautiful historic neighborhood. It's a very walkable area and one of the few parts of Boston that is laid out on a grid, so it's easy to navigate. Newbury Street also is Boston's best shopping street, and there are hundreds of restaurants nearby to suit every taste and budget. If you would like some recommendations, please ask us. The Boston Public Library, seen down to the left, which also has collections of interest to genealogists, is just 2 blocks away. While you're in town, you might want to take in some of the many museums and historic sites in the city. To get around Boston, we recommend public transportation because traffic can be difficult in downtown Boston, especially during rush hour, and parking can be expensive, though it does exist and is nearby. The MBTA includes the subway, we call it the T, the commuter rail trains that serve the suburbs, city buses, and even ferries. You can park at an outlying subway or commuter rail station and take the train into town. You can also use the T to get from Logan Airport to the Back Bay. For help navigating the MBTA, you can use the Trip Planner feature on the MBTA website, mbta.com, highlighted here. Enter a starting point and end point, and click Advanced Search if you'd like to adjust other options. This can also help you estimate how long a particular trip will take you. We're located right between the Copley and Arlington T stations on the Green Line of the subway. We're also very close to the Back Bay train station, which serves the Orange Line and commuter rail. If you're traveling from a good distance and planning an overnight visit to Boston, there are many hotels in the area, but you might want to note that NEHGS has a special arrangement with a small hotel, the Charles Mark, which is less than 3 blocks away from us on Boylston Street. The Charles Mark offers reduced rates on standard rooms to NEHGS members on a space available basis. The rooms are European style, which means they're on the small side, but they're efficient, clean, and best of all, very close to us. We've had many members stay there over the past few years, and they've been pleased with their experiences. If you book there, be sure to mention that you're an NEHGS member to receive the discount. If you're coming to NEHGS from the airport, you can get here by taking the Back Bay Logan Express bus. You can call the number on your screen for more information, but there's no need to make reservations ahead of time. You simply board the bus at the terminal, pay the driver using a credit card, and take the shuttle nonstop to Copley Square. The shuttles run every 20 minutes. For more details on timing, see the Logan Express website. You can find details on our hours, directions, parking, group visits, and more on our visit page at americanancestors.org/visit. It can also be accessed by clicking the visit link, which appears at the top of the pages on our website. Here you'll also find information on admission. Free admission is a benefit of membership, so if you're an NEHGS member, there's no cost to visit the library. However, all visitors are welcome, and guests can purchase a day pass for $20. If you decide to join NEHGS later that day, the cost of the day pass can be applied to your membership. The NEHGS building opens at 9 o'clock in the morning. If you arrive early, there are several coffee shops nearby on Newbury and Boylston Streets. The library is open Tuesday through Saturday. When you come into NEHGS, you'll check in at the front desk to your left, and the staff member there will direct you where to go. We have lockers on several floors, which you can use for storing large items and valuables. There are also coat racks on each floor. If you'd like a quick tour of the library, our front desk staff will be happy to arrange that for you. You'll also be given a floor plan of the library, which looks like this. Within the building, you'll also find our bookstore. The bookstore includes publications by NEHGS, both new books and classic reprints, as well as other genealogical reference and methodology books, family charts, and keepsakes. Before you visit, you might want to take a look at our Events and Programs page to see if there are any upcoming lectures or tours that might be of interest to you and which you might want to plan your visit around. You can get to this by dropping down the Education menu on the home page and selecting Events and Programs. Here are some other essential things to know about visiting NEHGS. There is Wi-Fi access throughout the library, so feel free to bring your laptop, tablet, or smartphone to access the internet. We'll give you the Wi-Fi password once you arrive. As you use the microfilm scanners and the photocopiers in the library, you can save your images to flash drives instead of printing them if you like. Bring a flash drive with you, or if you don't have one, they're available for sale in the library for $8. To use the photocopiers, you purchase a copy card, which comes with 4 copies on it, and then you can add as many additional copies as you like. Print copies are 25 cents each, and there's no charge for scans on the copier, except the $1 cost of the card. Cameras are allowed in the library, as are scanners that don't press down on the spines of books. Copying of manuscripts, however, is done at the archive staff's discretion, so just consult with them when you're interested in getting a copy of something. Pencils should be used instead of pens. Lockers are available on the library floors, so you can store your laptop, handbag, or other personal items while you're researching or while you go to lunch. Just ask the staff at the reference desk for a locker key. We also have an elevator in the building, which goes to all the library floors. While food and drink is not permitted in the library, please feel free to take a break in our lunchroom on the first floor, where you can have a snack that you bring yourself or something from the food and beverage vending machines that are available there. So here are some steps to take before you arrive. Search the catalog to see what NEHGS has and what you might want to use. Using the catalog, put together a list that you can email, print, or save and refer to when you come to the library. Request manuscript and special collections materials ahead of time if needed. Order Family Search microfilm if needed. Read guides and watch our videos. Schedule a consultation if you would like to receive in-depth help. Again, some of the information we've gone over in this webinar can be found in our online guide using the NEHGS library, found in the education area of our website. We're very much looking forward to seeing all of you when you visit NEHGS. We hope you're excited too, as you get ready to devote some extended time to your research and be surrounded by all the resources and your fellow genealogy enthusiasts here at NEHGS. Get ready to research.
All right, thank you, Jean, for your presentation. So now let's tackle your questions. If you have anything you'd like to ask, go ahead and type it in the questions panel to the right of your screen, and we'll answer as many as we can in the time provided. So Jean, I see that there are a few questions about parking. Could you maybe give a few suggestions where an out-of-town visitor is able to park within walking distance to NEHGS?
Hi, yes, I'd be glad to. There are two parking facilities that I generally recommend because they're close to us and not too terribly expensive, although you should be prepared to pay between $20 and $35 for a day of parking in Boston. So one place is the Boston Common Parking Garage. So this is a garage that's located underneath the lovely Boston Common, which is just a couple blocks away from us. It's on Charles Street. And when you park there, you can walk right across the public garden and onto Newbury Street, and it's just a block and a half till you get to us. The other garage I recommend is 100 Clarendon, which is located by the Back Bay train station, and it's very close to the Mass Pike exit. So when you exit the Mass Turnpike at the Copley exit, it won't be long till you come out of the exit that you will find 100 Clarendon on your right. You just cross Dartmouth Street and then the garage will be on your right. And when you park there, then you can just come down Clarendon Street a couple of blocks and you hang a right, and NEHGS is right by the corner of Clarendon and Newbury.
Great, thank you. And thank you for those questions regarding parking. It's very important, so I'm glad you asked that question. We have a few people asking about bringing family with them to the library. So if, say, they're a member or they're the ones who will primarily be doing the research, if they want a child to come in with them or their husband or wife, not to research but just to kind of sit, do they have to pay the day fee?
Yes, we get that question a lot. A lot of us genealogists have sort of unwilling or somewhat willing assistants who come along with us. If the person who's with you really isn't interested in doing any research and just wants to sit and read their own book or be on their iPad, then no, they do not have to pay a fee to come in. You just pay a fee for people who want to come in and do research. Thank you for that question.
All right, and let's see. Carolyn asks, can the lockers be used overnight if you're returning the next day?
We generally don't recommend that you use the lockers overnight. It's better for you to have your own materials with you, and what you can do is at the end of the day just remove them, turn in your key, and then the next morning you can start using it again as soon as you want. There are plenty of lockers, so there's no chance of running out of room or not having a locker available. But generally we don't recommend leaving things overnight.
All right, and Candy asks, can you bring bottled water with you into the library?
You can have a closed bottle of water in your bag, but we ask that you not drink it in the library. Just take it to the snack room or out into the corridor, which is, there are corridors very close to the reading rooms nearby.
All right, and Sue asks, how far in advance of a visit should you request manuscripts?
I would say at least 2 or 3 days before your visit, if you can, 2 or 3 business days, because that way it gives staff the time to receive your request and get the item ready for you. And also, if we need to request an item that's in off-site storage, that can take a couple of business days just to get it here. So that's what I would recommend. So it's not too much time, but if you can give a few days, that will be very helpful and can help us better guarantee that the item is here when you come.
Great. And David asks, are we able to bring a tablet or laptop in the research rooms?
Yes, absolutely you are. Please bring your laptop and tablet. We have Wi-Fi. We have outlets on the reading table, so if you need to charge your device, you can charge it. But yes, they are welcome on all floors of the library.
All right, and a few people are asking about the nearest bus terminal, especially if you're coming in from New York City or other parts of the country. Where is the nearest bus terminal?
The nearest bus terminal for people coming from out of town, so if you're using something like Greyhound or Peter Pan or one of those bus lines, it's South Station. So South Station is also kind of the main train station for Boston, and it's also the main bus station. So when you go there and you arrive at South Station, you'll take the subway to get to NEHGS, and you might need to make a connection when you're coming over, but it's not too far away. Or of course you can take a cab as well.
Wonderful, thank you. And let's see, Judy asks, does the day pass entitle you to manuscript access?
Excellent question. No, it does not. The manuscript access is just for NEHGS members. So it's a great reason to join because it's such a terrific resource. There's so much valuable material in the Manuscripts Collection. So if you think that you're going to be using it and spending some time with it, it's well worth, in my humble opinion, it's well worth getting a membership. But both manuscripts and also our rare book collection, both of those are available just to NEHGS members. And when you come, you're going to request them at the reference desk. So manuscripts are requested at the 5th floor, and you'll see the staff member there at the desk, and they'll have you fill out a slip, and some of the information you provide will be your member information, and they'll look up your member information, and they retrieve the item for you. And the rare books are requested on the 7th floor.
Thank you. And Diane asks, do we have computers for researchers to use instead of bringing a laptop?
Yes, we do. We do have computers on every floor. The largest number of computers are on the 4th floor and the 7th floor. You may find it sometimes that they are a bit busy, especially as in the summer months in the afternoon, but people are generally good about rotating them, and so you'll probably have no problem finding an available computer, and you can always let staff know if you need to use one.
Okay, let's see, what other questions do we have? Beth asks, if you're intending on using a manuscript item, should we bring cotton gloves, or are they available there, or are they necessary?
Another great question. The gloves are provided by the staff. They have plenty of them, which they will make available to you when you come, so you do not need to bring those.
All right, and we have a few questions about what's the best time of year and what's the best day of the week to visit. So when is it kind of the least busy? where people would have most access to our experts and collections. So what's kind of the best time of year, and what's the best day of the week to come and visit?
Good thinking. Yes, I do have tips on that. Generally, first thing in the morning is a good time to get here. Tuesday mornings tend to be a little quiet. The busiest day is usually Wednesday because we're open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So it's our one night that we're open. So that tends to be a popular day. Saturday afternoons are busy. So in general, I would say any day is a good day to come, but morning is probably best. The best time to arrive. Oh, and times of year. Shall I address times of year? I would say that certainly the quieter time is in the winter. So if you would like to have, feel like you have the library a little bit more to yourself, the winter months are lovely, and you'll find it very quiet here at that time. I would say probably April, May through October, that's our high season. So that's generally the busy time, but it's understandable because the weather is beautiful during all that time. So it's a good time to come visit Boston.
All right, and let's see, maybe a few more questions. Colin asks, can you take photos of documents with a camera or a cell phone?
So with a camera cell phone, you can take pictures of books in the collection. So if you're using a published book that you've gotten from the library shelves, you can feel free to photograph pages of that if you'd like to do that instead of using the copier or scanner. When it comes to using things from the Manuscripts Collection, everything has to be requested with the staff who are right there at the desk. And what they will do is they will either say whether it's okay for you to do that, or they may make the copies for you. So with every item you use from the Manuscripts Collection, you just ask the staff member there and they'll be happy to help.
Great. And so if someone works with a certain researcher or genealogist while they're here, is it possible to schedule a phone consultation with them later?
Yes, absolutely, and many people do just that. When you're here, you might find that you get some good tips from one of the genealogists and you've had a good talk and you'd like to do more when they have time. So yes, absolutely, you can schedule it for a later time. We do phone consultations all the time, and we can do it so that it's convenient for you if people are in a different time. We do a lot of phone consults with people on the West Coast, and we can allow for the time difference. So you just request it the same way you request an in-person consultation, and we'll get it all set up for you.
All right, and Wendy asks, are you able to log into your personal Ancestry.com account while in the library?
That's a good question. We seem to be having better luck with that lately. For a while, people were having some difficulty logging into their Ancestry accounts. And what I would advise is, just to be on the safe side, I would make if you don't mind, making your tree public just during your visit here. Or you can bring along like an offline or print version of it. Just to be on the safe side, I highly recommend having those backup options, just in case.
All right, and we have a few questions regarding the size of bags that you can take into research rooms with you. So first, Janet asks, can we take backpacks, paperwork, and loose leaf notebooks into research rooms? And is there a restriction on the size?
Yeah, we generally suggest, both for your own convenience and for use here in the library, that you bring things that aren't too big. So, don't bring suitcases. Don't bring anything that you think might not fit into sort of a mid-size locker. And you can take those throughout the library. When you're using the manuscript collections, there'll be extra regulations in terms of what you can have around you. And at that time, they might ask you to put something in a locker.
And Kathy asks, what is the approximate wait time when requesting a manuscript? Are there pull times throughout the day? Are there certain pull times? How long might someone wait to actually receive a manuscript item?
Good question. Yes, there are no particular pull times. You can request manuscripts throughout the day, and then they'll just stop accepting them, generally say maybe a half hour before closing, but you can request them at any time during the day, which is really nice. You just go up to the staff, and if the item is located here on site and isn't in off-site storage, which most of our things aren't, then they'll get it for you in just a few minutes. So there are not long wait times for manuscripts.
All right, let's see, other questions. Now, Christine asks, this is a tough question. What is the average amount of time amateurs spend in the library? Does it take hours? Does it take days? Does it take weeks? Does it take years? What would you say is kind of the average visit time for someone who's just starting or for an amateur?
Well, it's really all about what time do you have available in your life. You can, and also where do you live? If you live nearby, you could come and do short visits every couple of weeks. If you're coming from a distance, we find that there are many people who come and they spend 5 days here. They just dedicate a week to it. So that they have time to explore everything that they've found. I think that one thing that will help you is when you use the library catalog before you come and you start searching on those place names and maybe surnames, you're going to get a sense of how much we have here. So I would say if you're an amateur genealogist and it's your first visit to the library, so maybe you're going to need to take some time to orient yourself to the place. So that may take you a couple of hours to kind of, you're walking around, you're talking with staff, you're seeing where things are. You might want to allow yourself a couple of days. But really, it's all about what time do you have to give to it. Do as much as you can, and then you can always come back later.
Great answer. Now, Michael asks, so for a personal consultation, can you bring your background information with you on a flash drive?
Yes, you can bring information on a flash drive. If you're going to do that, you might want to bring along a laptop with you, just so you're sure you can access that at any time. As I say, we do have many computers here in the library, but if you think you're going to be accessing your data a lot, you might want to have your own laptop. But oh yes, you're welcome to bring your own flash drives for sure, and you can use them in the photocopiers as well, and you can use them in the microfilm scanner machines.
All right, maybe one last question. So Jean, does NEHGS accommodate group visits?
We certainly do, and we have several genealogical and historical society groups and other kinds of groups that come visit us each year. And to do that, you just contact us ahead of time so that we can make sure that we have plenty of staff for that day and there aren't competing events, and that you'll be able to use the library as you would like. So what you do is when you would like to schedule a group visit, and generally we ask if you can let us know a couple months ahead of time. That's perfect. You contact our education staff at education@nehgs.org. And they'll go about working out a date with you, and we can start preparing for you to come.
Great. Thank you, everyone, for those excellent questions. If we didn't get to your question, or if you'd like more hands-on help with your research or have more detailed questions about the specifics of your family history and how to go about researching, You should certainly consider scheduling a consultation, which Jean has spoken about throughout the presentation, but you can fill out that form online, or you can also write to consultations@nehgs.org. If you want us to do research on your behalf, you can also hire our research services team. And to learn more about that service, you can go to our website or email research@nehgs.org. And if you do have more specific questions about planning your visit or the library in general, I don't have an email up there right now, but do email library@nehgs.org. I'll also include a lot of this information in my follow-up email to you tomorrow. So thank you again for joining us today. As you leave the event, you'll have the opportunity to fill out a survey and give us your feedback. As we continue to expand our webinars and online offerings, any and all feedback is extremely helpful and appreciated. If you'd like to access more how-to resources or learn about upcoming online educational programs, please visit our online learning center at americanancestors.org/education. I hope to see you at our online programs in the future. Goodbye for now.